28 down here. Oh, hello. How are you doing? Don't worry, no one's speaking to me. So I'm in the back of the cop. Do you want me to speak to you separately? They left me in the back of here for a while, so.
No, continue the RP. You can talk later.
Okay. I don't think anyone's talking to me. They just put me in the car and just left me here for a while now.
I understand, but they are still RPing, so let the
All right,
RP
no worries. Yeah, I'll let you know after. I'll show you the situation. I'll check if my friend's got a clip.
Started chasing us when we were responding to a call.
Who's the primary on scene at 113?
Started chasing us. Yeah. He put me in custody of my job.
His side of the story is that he rammed, you guys rammed him, and the thing, and then just responding to this call.
Okay, I'm gonna say something right now. Have you seen New York Fire Department? When they're responding to a call, they have full right to ram a vehicle to get out the way. They are trying to save somebody's life. So if they need to get somewhere, they're gonna ram the vehicle out the way.
1 second. Shut up, okay? Ask the bald guy, tell that to the bald guy. I'm just telling you what the bald guy said, not me.
Well, I'm gonna speak to. Are you the bald guy? Hey, baldy!
Hey, chill out, come over here.
Fucking idiots. Honestly.
You can't make it work,
Do your
okay?
fucking jobs and I'll do mine.
Alright, listen, just go over by your fire truck or your fire friends. I'm gonna ask him
will.
to talk with
We're
him.
dealing
But
with
I
it.
need to see what's going on with Watch Command and
There's
stuff.
so many stuff in their house, so it's actually a big risk for us as a firefighter and for the local
Yeah, we were
community.
just trying to come here and put it out.
Yeah, and then all of these officers just jumped us for no reason, even when we said, okay,
We
yeah,
got
let us
tased
put out the
twice.
fire, and then they like, oh no, you're under arrest now, yeah, and we asked for what, and then they said like, oh yeah, now, just following protocol, and then we asked, yeah, for what are we actually being detained or arrested, and nobody said anything to us. So yeah, I'm not that happy about it because like we just want to save lives, and then we can actually do our job, and we get jumped by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 officers, and I think there used to be some more. Look, there's another one coming. So
They
that's
cuffed all of them.
not that necessary, yeah.
Yeah, I just got here.
Yeah, I understand that, but let me, as you know, the Scott said, the officer, he said you guys did the MVA, and then you did ram one of the vehicles, alright? So, you know, I understand your point of view. So I think what we're gonna do, we'll leave this. If you guys wanna secure the scene and clear it up, then you know we'll be.
Well, what are you doing
free
with
to
the
go.
saw?
Yeah, but I mean, if they actually want to stop us, that's fine, okay? That's actually fine with us, but don't arrest us on a active fire scene when there's a car fire. I mean, after we put out the fire, these guys could talk to us like normal people and not fucking jump us on an active fire call. That's so unnecessary. I mean, yeah, like if they want to talk to us, that's fine and shit. We will stop and shit, but don't do it on an active fire call, you know?
It's especially when there's someone trapped inside of a burning
Yeah.
car. Like,
yeah, I was not operating any.
it's just a bit of common sense, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I understand that. Alright.
Who's that?
I think everyone does understand.
Supervisor. Supervisor.
Oh wow, look over
help
there.
Me.
Okay,
Help
let's
me.
start to
Help
clear
me.
the scene, I guess.
Supervisor, help me.
What is?
Yeah.
Help me, Watch Commander, please. Help me.
And look over there's the other guy which is still being detained.
You need to. You're going in cuffs or running from the. Okay, you are not the
my
primary.
God.
I need you to step back.
The civilian drop charges.
Yeah,
why are you chasing them? That makes no sense.
Y'all are getting one side of the story.
Alright,
Y'all
okay.
need to stop. Y'all like I don't have.
I mean, it would be good if you get some of you guys away from you.
What?
That's
Yeah.
not
Okay.
actually
What's
good.
going on?
Be advised, all the engines.
Oh.
Yeah, engine 7 and everyone on it is going to be
Get
tied up for a
away
while,
from me,
so you
you
can just
fucking
continue as you wish.
weirdo.
You're going to jail.
Why is he
Can
you all day?
Supervisor and Watch
Paramedic
Commander, do you mind
name
getting a
is
different
Solomon
officer other than
John.
ID-47 because he's tasered like 3 firefighters? So,
Mr. Paramedic Man, can you come over here?
Yo, what's
please,
up?
sir?
Bro,
Okay,
yeah,
this
sure.
is a bit of a
Engine
shit show.
7.
bro,
in
get
front of
away
the-
from
No,
me.
let's. We need to clear off the
Engine
scene.
Don't piss
Alright,
off.
let's go and
You
fix
are
this
going
shit up.
and fucking.
Okay.
You're going to jail.
Okay, so the driver,
I'm
the
going to
engineer of the FD or the engine, He took off from an active MVA, which is hit and run. In addition
No,
to
it
that,
wasn't.
he also
No.
hit
We dealt
another.
with
He
it.
hit another
Citizen
Tahoe.
drop charges.
He hit another
still
Tahoe,
rammed
which
the
is
front
hit
of
and
a
run
fucking
times
police
2.
car.
Okay,
No.
so if anyone's
not
being
paying
arrested,
the
it's the
seven
engineer.
anymore.
All you fire dudes, you can go ahead and take your engine back. The engineer will be
Well,
arrested, and
we
that will be
can't
that. I
put
don't.
our engine back without an engineer. You know?
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to figure out some way because
Yeah, but I mean,
he did
chill,
commit
chill out,
two
chill out.
different hit and runs.
But is it actually necessary that there are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and behind there's an unmarked car, officers on the scene with only one person which is actually complying? Is it actually necessary? I don't think so. And I
Well,
don't
I
think
mean,
so
yeah, I'm not
jumping all the
sure.
others. I mean, if you want to arrest the engineer, okay, that's fine. But don't arrest my can guy over there, or don't arrest the officer in
Sir,
charge
only
from the
one
fire
person's being
department.
arrested. I don't think you're in a position to say how many officers can or cannot be on the scene
Well,
at one time. So
mate,
just go ahead, let
I
us do our
don't,
job. We'll be with you in just a sec, okay?
I don't want to be rude or some shit, yeah. But if we arrive on the scene, and the one guy which tried to grab the fast attack just get tackled, twice tased, and then arrested. Same with me. I mean, I have a red helmet on, and the engineer has an orange helmet on. I don't know if you guys can see all the colors, but engineer is orange, and if you want to arrest the engineer, why the fuck is the blue guy getting arrested, the paramedic?
I can't attest
you know?
for the conduct of other officers, considering that most of them have been trained by fucking apes. But I'm saying here and now
Nice.
that that we're only going to be arresting one person, as far as my knowledge goes. Okay, I couldn't give a rat's ass about anyone else. If the driver committed 2 hit and runs, then he gets taken down to the jail.
Lieutenant
Hey, I'm
Supervisor.
transporting. I got cops
Yeah.
taking the engineer out of my car and releasing him.
Supervisor.
Yeah, because he didn't commit
so
a hit
you're
and
arresting
run.
me without hearing my side of the story.
Well, who is the
Supervisor.
driver of the engine?
No,
Was
no,
it
no,
the
no,
engineer?
supervisor. He didn't commit a hit and run because it was sorted out at the scene
Yeah.
at LTD Grove. Because
We
we made
gave
a
him all
collision
our
with the vehicle.
informations, and then he said like,
wait,
oh
hold
no.
on, hold on, Logi, wait. We
Yeah,
made a
yeah,
collision
you
with the
do
vehicle when
this.
we were at LTD Grove before the call came on. The vehicle was a 2-door sports car with no roof on it. It fell into a back garden. So we recovered the vehicle, we brought it back up to him, and he went back into his shop and he was all fine with it. And he was all good. He told the officer, hey, they just made collision with my vehicle. Can you just help? We went to go and help recover the vehicle, put it back to where the parking spot was, and then he went back into his shop and continued his work. And then we're like, oh, we've got a call now. We'll see you. And then the officer was like, no, you've made a collision, but it was a civil matter, not a criminal matter. So then we said, we've got to go to a call. But we were like, no, it's a civil matter. So he continued to block our vehicle. We came down here, and then he's tasered 3 firefighters and another officer. And multiple officers had tried to let the firefighters free just so we could deal with the scene here. And then they'll talk to us after, but he's continued to tase and arrest us. But literally, we're happy to seat you after, but there was a car on fire. So like,
With a
the officer
PT
was just
trapped,
the officer was
You can
inclined by his
take off your,
emotions. Like I
SCBA.
literally said to multiple officers, happy to speak to you once the scene's over, rather than making a scene tasering multiple people, 1 officer and 3 firefighters.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay, so I would like you to come with me. All right.
Yes.
If you're willing to do so, or at least one of the firefighters
100%,
that saw the
don't
whole
worry.
scene, one of you to come with me. You guys take your engine back to the scene. All of us are going to go ahead and disperse and go on patrol. I'm going to sort it out myself. If the watch commander wants to come with me or not, I don't really care. But yes, you right here, you'll come with me. Everyone else, go ahead and disperse. I'm going to sort this out, okay? Because this is getting
Do you mind
ridiculous.
releasing
Man,
the
I
engineer?
appreciate you, man.
We're going to figure out what's going on with the engineer.
Because the only officer to... Oh.
Pop in.
Yeah, 1 sec, Salo. Do you want me to come in your vehicle?
Yeah, front seat, back seat, I don't care, just get in. God, what a shit show.
Hey, man, you stay safe.
3 officers freed us because they did not agree with the officer's actions. So, it was actually 1 officer, ID 47, who was arresting those people. FiveM, are you en route? Which station are you en route to?
He's not here?
No, sorry, I was speaking in the radio because the engineer is still in the back of the ID 47's car, being taken to a station and being arrested. So.
Good fucking Christ, what a
Wait.
shit show.
Yeah, hold on.
fuck you waiting on?
We're currently at 142 at the police station.
Yeah, it's this vehicle here.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, watch your head coming out.
No.
I'm gonna go ahead and get some things sorted real quick because this is gonna piss me off if I don't get the full stories, officer. If you would oblige my curiosity.
I have body cam and everything if you want footage.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? That sounds great, actually.
Perfect, because you're gonna see where they're bullshitting you.
Because to my understanding, what happened is that it was already sorted out between all parties involved.
No. The civilian came out of the store and he called me. He said, "Officer." I said, "What's up?" He's like, "The fire department, the fire truck hit my vehicle, and I want to file a report. I want insurance information and everything." I said, "Okay." The city's gonna actually be involved with that, so let me get some information from the fire guys. As I was in the middle of getting information, they said they got a call. I said, "You guys are out of service because you guys were involved in a motor vehicle accident, and y'all can't just leave the scene of an accident, especially when police are already there investigating and following up on a claim that a civilian made." At that point, they decided to get in the truck. I pulled my vehicle in front of their truck, and at that point, you can hear the officer saying, "Just go ahead and," he said, "back up," or whatever. And then the driver, which I have in the back of my car, proceeded to hit me head on and then take off from the scene and head down Grove Street.
Body cam?
Yes, I do. I'll open it up.
Just to
I'll
let you
send it to
know,
right now.
the relevant information for insurance was handed to the driver. Also, we recovered the vehicle for the driver, and he
I was
returned
still
to his
doing an
shop.
investigation. You guys don't decide when the scene's
Okay,
over.
can you let me speak? Because I'll let you speak. Thank you. Be respectful. Right, so we recovered. Is that funny?
I find it funny, yeah.
Is it? Okay, that's
I
really
find
mature.
it funny
Okay, well,
how you
okay,
get
let's
to
go ahead and
speak
remain
and I don't.
professional.
Yeah,
I want
I
to
am
get
remaining
down to the
professional.
bottom of this. So
I don't
trading
understand.
insults.
I'm just gonna no. I'm gonna explain my side because he did as well. We traded information with the driver. He also got in the vehicle, and we recovered his vehicle from the neighbor's backyard. We placed it in the driver's seat next to it. It was a civil matter, not a criminal matter, because we asked the driver, "Are we good here? We don't need to include anything else." And they said, "Yeah, it's fine." We notified our commanding officer of what happened. So it no longer became a police matter, and it was a civil matter. So we handed the information and recovered his vehicle, and he went back into the shop and continued with his job. Then we got a call, so we said we got to leave the call, and this officer was blocking the call because it was a fire call. So we just decided, the engineer or the lieutenant decided what else then from then.
Okay.
But
So-
the fact is that the more concerning matter is the amount of people got tased that were on scene.
That's a whole separate fucking thing that I'm probably gonna have to address to the police department as a whole. Is just use of force. I don't want to go to every single officer on scene and say use of force and all the other extra BS. So I just want to get down to the bottom of this. For now, I'm saying here and now. Did the engineer, yes or no, hit the Tahoe and drive off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you hit the police Tahoe and you drove off, what did you expect to happen afterwards?
I expected him to pull up on scene and speak to us about the situation and get our understanding of it.
Okay, but if you hit a police vehicle, why did you drive off from that scene?
Because we had a call to go to.
But that's still a hit and run. You do understand that, correct?
But you do understand that my job is to save lives, and if he's blocking me and writing stuff down that's not relevant to a situation, and I'm obviously going to listen to my higher commander, which was my captain. He blocked our only exit.
Okay.
I listened to my high command. I listened to my captain, who told me, go to the call.
Okay. So I understand that. I'm not trying to take sides, but I'm looking at it from an objective point of view. If someone does block your engine, then the logical choice would not be to go ahead and implicate yourself by, you know, hit and run or destruction
Yeah,
of government
but
property, but
it
instead
is.
to file a formal complaint and actually, you know, do the
Yeah,
proper
but if you think about it, we've got a job to do, don't we? Like.
Well, officers also have a job to do. We all
Yeah,
have a
but
job to
yeah,
do, and there's professional
but
ways of going about things,
but
except
I'm
with the
not gonna
exception of.
sit there and write a document, a formal complaint. I'm gonna go to a fire call since there's no other engines on right now.
Okay.
With the only
Well, if
apparatus
you
on.
can't understand the problem of committing a hit and run, even if the officer
Oh no,
is
I
in the
understand the
wrong.
problem. I just don't understand why he went up to my paramedic here and tasered him 3 times. Also tasered a civilian for no reason 3 times. And I was uncuffed, dragged into 3 separate police vehicles and not allowed to speak my side of the story on scene. So I
And
think it's false imprisonment.
I
It's
was
unfair.
also in the vehicle without told. I was searched by this officer and without told the reason of my arrest.
He also
And
failed
multiple
to
times
search me
tasered.
in this
Even though
situation.
we're leaving the scene. We're just trying to deal with the fire. Because really, it wouldn't have been a hit and run. Because the only reason it was a hit and run is because this officer parked his vehicle right in front of our vehicle to block it in. Instead of that happening, we're on the same side. We're not going to run from it. It's not going to be a pursuit at 1080. There's 5 firefighters in a single engine. So rather than that, he said, I've got a bit more information to follow up on himself. He could have just followed us to the scene, waited us to put the fire out over on Grove Street, which is right around the corner, parked up behind with his lights on, waited for us to put the fire out, and then he could speak to the commanding officer and speak to blah, 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 rather than us being the only apparatus, him blocking the vehicle, him tasering 4 people multiple times for no reason, and arresting multiple people without giving their proper reasons. We were released by all the other officers because they didn't agree with the arrest. This is the only officer here who actually agreed with his arrest, and the rest of the officers were letting us free.
Okay, can I say something real quick? You guys aren't looking at this from a... I don't want to... Can I go out of character real quick? Your friend? Okay, realistically, guys, when you are involved in any type of vehicle accident, you alert dispatch, and you guys are out of service until police clear you guys. You don't proceed to leave a scene of an accident to go to a call. That's not how that works.
I mean, realistically, we wouldn't be the only apparatus on, and with no apparatus
And if
in the
y'all would have
city,
just stayed and listened,
okay,
all I
I'll
needed
let
was
you
a few
speak,
more.
and you just don't let me speak then, right?
All I needed was a few more bits of information, and y'all would have been good to go. But y'all proceeded to ignore me and take off and hit my vehicle.
Yeah, but
That's where we're at.
realistically, if we're speaking out of character, a police vehicle wouldn't block a fire engine, in, would they?
False.
Realistically,
I've been on scenes where I've been blocked by police cars in an ambulance. I don't ram the fucking car. I asked them to move.
Well, realistically, we're the only apparatus on, and a house
Yeah,
fire
but
on Grove Street, which
you
is
seem to have a
Zalo,
problem, and
Zalo,
you
wait.
didn't move your police car when I asked you to move. So you're the one being a bitch right now. You're the one that's taking this petty matter.
Come on,
Okay.
stop, guys.
Your friend, I'm submitting the video right now. Do I just open up a support ticket?
I mean, you want me to deal in game? I'll deal in game right now. But sure, you can submit that video in my DMs for sure. And
Okay, because I know Devin wanted to see it too.
If the scene
I'm
goes
not staff, so
south,
if this is a staff scene, I'm out.
okay, sure, Devin.
Well, it's not necessarily any. Sorry. I wouldn't say it's staff related. I say it's fire department not knowing their place and not knowing how to interact with law enforcement.
No, we do know how to interact with law enforcement, since on the scene we talked to all the others peacefully. We did not get cuffed by other officers. They spoke to us, say, hey, what's going on? Can we get inside? Sorry. They took us out of the vehicles, uncuffed us, said, hey, just stay around. We didn't run away. The only person we ran away from was this guy because of the amount of people he tased and abused his force. I could give you 5 other officers who can say how he was tasing us too much. The other officer came up to me.
You got tased. I gave you multiple commands to stop.
Jesus
and you just
Christ!
said
Every
keep
time
running.
One sec. Now that it's not RP situation anymore, we're gonna deal it like an admin situation. Devin, I think this cop wants you to stay, so please stay here. I don't know why Fable is here. Was he the person who got it? I don't know why he's here.
No, he was not involved.
Okay, I'm gonna tab out and
if you're not involved, then you can leave this place.
Can I be let out of the car? Because it feels like I'm not being included in the
Yeah,
conversation.
sure. Come out of your car. And
If we're just speaking
him.
realistically, I'm just saying there's only one engine, there's only one apparatus on the game. So obviously we don't want to leave the scene, but we talked to the civilian and he was fine with it. So we said, can you move out of the way? He refused to move out of the way because he wanted to get his own information, but it was a civil matter because the civilian said it's fine for us to go. He's got what he wanted. We recovered his vehicle for him, so he was all happy. He returned to his job, and that's the reason we decided to leave the scene, because we're the only apparatus on, and it's in Grove Street, which have close proximity between houses. It's a serious, dangerous situation. So
I see. I understand that. But let me tell you one thing. When I was there, I heard something. For example, someone said a fire department can crash into people's car while going on a scene. I mean, something like that. Not the exact words, but something like that. Let me tell you, you can't crash into people's car, okay? If this person over here is stopping someone, well, what you can do is, this person is over here getting arrested or something. You guys can ask him, hey, can we at least leave? You can leave and help other people. Sure. But he and his vehicle...
We asked him to move his vehicle.
He
In the
and
video,
his
there's
vehicle...
nobody asking me to move my vehicle. I'm about to send that through. It's uploading right now.
I see. The thing is, he and his vehicle will be there because he is pressing charges. I understand it's a civil matter, and the civilian said himself that he don't want to press charges. Well, then cops should actually leave you guys. I understand that too. But at the same time, if you tell me that I'm gonna crash into people's car because, hey, there's an emergency, an officer is going down, well, guess what? Now this officer's life is in danger because you decided to crash into him.
I mean,
I'm
I
just
wasn't
giving
driving.
a-
That was Zalo's actions. Yeah, I understand that the crashing thing was wrong, but this guy wouldn't I would say wouldn't be the sort of person to budge out the way, and we were more focused on the call rather than the thing. But Zalo was the one driving, so I can't comment on that. I'm the only reason I made the admin call was because the amount of times he tasered people. The reason I knew it was wrong was because no other officers assisted him. It was just him tasing multiple different people for no reason. The use of force chart was completely out of the window. We're not going to leave a scene. All we're trying to do is put out the fire. And that fire scene, I was putting it out of character. The guy set it up for us with the Molotovs, so we could go and put something out and go do something. So that's the reason I made the admin call.
So
I understand the hit and run, which he can be arrested for after. Professionally, I think you should have come up to him after the fire call and just dealt with it then.
So in the video, you can see the suspect actually say he did want insurance information. The civilian on scene was not the civilian at the gas station. The civilian at scene was saying, well, because they were saying that the civilian said they didn't want to press charges. In the video, you'll see where the civilian comes up to me and wants me to get information for him so he can sue the department. So the civilian on scene was not even the civilian at the gas station. So I don't know where that happened.
Well,
the civilian on scene was the guy that started that scene, the fire scene. He wasn't the one that vehicles that they rammed and wanted information.
Yeah, that's not the one we're talking about. On the scene of LTD Grove, the guy whose car we knocked into the rear garden. We went in his car. Me and a firefighter called Pierre. We went in his car. We tried to move it. He came in the car with us, and I said, "Here's our information. You can take it out of this exit on the front here." And he said, "Okay, thanks. I have my keys," something like that. And he took his vehicle and he parked it back in the spot where you weren't present. So us and the civilians had nothing against each other, and the civil matter was there. It was all executed, so there was nothing left there. So he was like, "Okay, it's cool now."
So why did he come up to me and get me involved?
He came up to you and got you involved before that happened.
Okay. Well, I'm about to send the video to you. It's finishing its upload now. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna tab out.
Can I ask the name and the ID of the person, that civilian?
No idea.
I have it in the video. Give me 1 second.
That would be nice
But,
if I can get that.
We are not. We're not bothered about. I understand the hit and run. I understand he could be arrested for that. But I'm more. The only reason I'm is because of the amount of tasers, and I got put in a car without being told what I was arrested for.
So the problems therein lies excessive force. Is the excessive force in addition to the hit and runs?
The hit and run, I understand why this officer would arrest him, and I understand for that. But the fact that was the excessive force, where he could have just let us finish the fire call and then arrest this officer, like that could have been it, rather than tasing multiple different people. Even the guy who set up the call was tased and put in custody.
I never tased him. That was another cop. So in the video, you can see I told this guy in the blue hat to stop multiple times and show me his hands. He proceeded to turn around and walk away. That's when taser was deployed. So I told he had multiple chances. He failed to listen. As a firefighter, you'd think that would be common sense to listen. So I did have legal ground to tase him.
No, you didn't.
That's your opinion. That's fine. When someone's not following commands, at that time we do have legal obligate. We can tase somebody for not following commands. So I don't know where you've gone to law school or done your studies, but obviously it was not in America.
Okay, you can stop with the comments because it's becoming rude now. Can we just keep it professional?
I'm not being rude. I'm just saying.
We are not
Honestly,
from America.
right?
Well done,
You don't
but cool.
need
You're
to
making it really
use
unprofessional now. If you want to
US.
continue like that,
Your
I'm sure we
friend,
can make
honestly,
comments.
right?
Okay.
Can I just say something, right?
Yeah.
I
Go
honestly come on this server, right? I come on a Fire's Rescue. I come on roleplay with you. We've had some good interactions, haven't we? Right?
Mhm.
I come in and try and have fun, right? And this officer comes in, right? Starts making comments about us being from England, like then. No
Us being
need
from a
for
different
it.
place to the US. Yep.
Yeah. I don't get it because your friend obviously has an accent. She's from a different place. You don't make comments to her because you respect
Because
her.
she knows
you
she's
stab
talking
them.
about.
Because she's.
Yeah, but
I know what I'm
it's
talking
hard for
about.
people who aren't from the US to fit in. Okay, you don't need to make comments about us not being from the same
Don't
country.
even make it like that. I didn't. That's
You
not
did.
how
You
I
just
meant
said
it.
obviously you didn't learn law school in the US.
Right there. Stop
so,
right there. I'll tell you what he meant was over his place. Like for example, when someone says, "Hey, I didn't know about that. That you guys can do something like this," you know. At my place, we don't do something like that. For example, in US, we don't do something like that. You know.
But how does he
He
not know
was
we're
just
from the US? How does he not know we're? I'm
Because
not
the
from
way
the
you're
US.
talking to me about me not being like when I said I could
He's-
tase you and you
no,
said I
no.
couldn't, that's how I know.
Okay,
Because we're
one
an
sec.
emergency scene. Yeah.
I'm not saying he's telling you guys. I'm saying he's talking about his place. Are you from US? That is the
What?
question. Like, don't give me your
Oh, shit,
private
my bad.
information.
But he could have just said, "Oh, normally in the United
Sorry.
States, like that could have been way more respectful than it is." I find that extremely disrespectful if you allow someone
I'm
to say
sorry that's
something
how
like
you
that.
took it. I mean, I can't control how
You've
you
made
take
petty
something.
comments this whole time, so like.
Yeah, but
Okay,
honestly,
well, I sent you the
come on
video,
the
your
server
friend.
to
If you
have
want to
fun,
just
and
review
it's
that,
people like you that ruin it for me.
if you want to just
People like
review
you.
the footage, I sent it to
No,
you.
yeah, let's review the
Okay.
footage because honestly, just jail me. Because honestly, I don't care at this point.
He,
You're
like,
ruining
we
it
don't
for
care about the hit
everyone.
and run. It's the fact that you were just abusing your power, tasing
Again,
multiple different people.
when you fail to comply with police commands and you start walking away from the law enforcement officer who's giving you multiple commands to stop, you're going to get tased. That's how that works.
Do you want,
I
me
wonder
to
why
get
I'm
the
walking
use of
away
force
because there's a
chart
car
up?
on
Because
fire.
I've got it up right now. It goes from shouting to hands-on to use of force with a baton to taser to firearm. So
Yeah,
which
and
one
y'all
did
would
you
have
skip there?
y'all would have complained if I got a baton out. Y'all would have complained regardless. I mean, I'm just saying.
No, not
yes,
really.
Y'all, yes,
If you
y'all would
told-
have.
Okay,
Alright.
stop right here, guys, everyone. The thing is, I'll tell you one thing. If he would have taken Platan out, I'll tell you, you would have died right there, and then there's RDM complaint right there. That is
No,
one thing.
not from us because
I
use of force
I mean,
understand.
chart
if you just
says-
waited
But-
till the scene was
But
over
the
and
thing
then
is,
arrested this guy, it would
he
have been
don't
fine.
know that. Because, for example, if I take my Platan out and hit Devinator right now, I'm sure he'll die, and that's RDM. He gonna report me for RDM right there. So
I mean,
normally,
but-
okay, there's one more thing I'll tell you. When we go and see people, okay, he did something wrong, we go for taser. We don't go for Platan because we don't know. Maybe he have a gun with him. Maybe he'll do something crazy. We don't know what he have in his pocket. And for
Yeah, but
example, when this
honestly-
officer, no, listen. When this officer asks you to stop walking away, then tell him, explain it to him. An officer, by the way, your reasoning. For example, when that person, that civilian, came to you and told you to take the information, you should have told him, "Hey, I just want your information because a civilian told me that he wanna file charges against your department or something." You know, give them a reason so that
Well,
they
they were
don't
there
think.
the entire time. They heard everything. They were standing right in front of my face. And if you look at the video, they were all. It was like a church. We were just in a little flock.
Yeah,
But
They
the
all
thing
heard
is that-
everything. And I
like
was
that.
talking to somebody. I was getting information from the officer on duty in the truck.
Yes, but
and
you
he proceeded.
obviously
hold
seem to
on.
be very, very
Hold on.
bold because you made it.
I
a
was
whole
talking to the
situation
officer that was
didn't
with
need
the
it
fire
to be.
department.
ID
I was talking to
four.
the fire department officer
No,
on
I'm
the
not
engine
doing
company.
this anymore.
No,
I
ID4,
need
you're
to-
not
I'm going
leaving.
over it.
Aizuki, I'm
There's just
telling
no
you,
point though
tell
because he's
him
made
to
offensive
come
comments,
back.
which has obviously aggravated us, and we
What do
personally
you
find
mean
that
by
disrespectful.
offensive comments? He
Make it
just
offensive
okay.
said.
comments
Feeling,
because we're
feeling
not from the
offended is a
US.
way that
One
you feel.
sec,
It's
one
not some
sec,
a way
one
that some.
sec, one sec. He just said, "Hey, from my place, from US, we don't have something like that." It's
No,
not
he
a
said obviously you
comment.
don't know the law Oh, he said obviously you didn't learn the law in the US. I'm sorry, but that's offensive. I don't know, like what?
You didn't learn the law in the U.S., did you not?
Yeah, exactly. That's offensive.
How is that offensive by saying what you didn't learn in the United
You
States?
said
That's not.
obviously you didn't learn
Okay,
the law
okay.
in the United
Hey,
States.
hey,
One
this
sec,
is
one
like
sec, one
taking
sec,
and he's
one
laughed
sec,
this whole
right
situation.
there.
So what's
Okay,
Zalo?
stop.
There's no point.
Okay,
No,
everyone
I'm
stop.
done.
If you want
Bullshit,
me
I'm
to
done over
do,
here.
guys, this is staff
I'm
evading
not
right
doing
now.
it.
You
I'm
guys
not doing
called
it.
me
I'm not
here.
doing it anymore.
Can I
Pissing
rant
me the
for just a
fuck
second,
off,
please,
honestly.
to both sides?
Want me to keep my fucking temper on this server and you're giving me shit
Listen.
like that?
We're just
I
stepping away
understand
because
he
he's
said it.
aggravating us.
I understand. The thing is, I
Bro,
understand.
right.
I will talk to him about that. The way he said it was wrong. I
Yeah,
understand
hold on.
that. I understand. Let me talk to him. Scott, you
Your
there?
friends,
You
right?
mind turning
Honestly,
off your
it's
radio right now?
midnight right now, yeah?
I had to turn off my
It's
radio. That's what I was
midnight.
doing. Sorry.
I'm trying to play on the servers. I'm trying to play on the server as Fire and Rescue, yeah? It's midnight. It's hot. It's half past, yeah? It's 12:20 a.m. in the morning for me, right?
Yeah.
Trying to play a Fire and Rescue, and I'm getting harassed like this, and I'm getting comments about where I'm from, right? There's just no need for it, really. Right? I'm just trying to
Your
have
friend,
fun.
I know I don't want to be biased. What he did was wrong by hitting the car, but
Yeah.
we just wanted to go to a call because we haven't gone to a call and we were sitting there for an hour. Also, it
thing
was dealt
is,
with by the civilian.
I
I know
don't
what he did was
know.
wrong, but
I
I
don't
know what he
know
did was
what
wrong. The hit and
civilian.
run was wrong.
The thing is, you guys don't know what civilian told cops to do. Actually,
But he
I don't.
talked to us. He talked to the cop first, and then he talked to us after we recovered the vehicle. The civilian did, and
I
we got his
see.
vehicle out the
So
garage, so he was
did
happy.
cop
But
actually heard whatever you
I have
guys?
no idea because I wasn't on scene. We were, and also like, if he wanted to be professional about it, he could have. This guy hit his vehicle to get out of the situation to get to the
He-
Grove Street fire, and he could have. The officer could have followed the engine down, not
Yeah.
called about 7 units down there. He could have followed us, allowed us to put out the fire, and say, "Hey, engineer, can I speak to you, the guy who was driving the vehicle?" And he would have stepped out of his vehicle and say, "Yeah, what's wrong?" Well, and he said, "Hey, you hit my vehicle back there. Do you mind clearing that up? I'm gonna have to arrest you, blah de blah." And that could have been it. Rather than him coming down there, he tasered me, he tasered Zalo, he tasered another guy, and he tasered a civilian and a cop on accident. But still, I'm sorry, but I don't know if I'm being like deluded or anything, but he could have just taken it a bit more maturely and a bit more sensibly rather than coming out here flipping his taser everywhere. All the officers literally said on the scene, "It's A's. I don't know what that officer is doing." I wish I recorded it. I turned my recording off earlier, but the officers literally said, "I don't know what that officer's doing. I'm going to take you away from that officer so you don't get tased anymore." ID 13, he's left now. He literally said, "I'll take you away from the officer because I don't want him to tase you again." And he kept me next to him just to protect me because of how stupid he was on that scene, tasering us all. All we were trying to do, the reason I walked away is because I'm trying to put out a fire next to him. I'll put out a fire before it blows up and kills half the people on Grove Street, and then I'll come speak to him. I'm happy to do that. I wasn't driving the vehicle, so I don't know why he's going at me. He should be tasing and looking at Zalo, not me. He just tased me for no reason because I said we've got to go to a call.
Okay, I want one thing you guys to do is not to leave staff scene. Do not leave. And when I'm asking, let me talk, that means let me talk. Okay?
We are
Just
sorry
stand
about
here.
that, but
Yeah.
sorry, you carry on.
No, go ahead.
I just wanted to apologize. We wanted to get away from him because of the comments he made to us were, if anything, the way he put them were quite disrespectful for people who aren't from the US and do not do US things because, I mean, the law in the US, it can be bended. So
I understand. I'll talk to him. Just give me a sec. Stand here.
But
Okay?
it's very annoying that I get comments made towards me all the time, right? And I make wrong comment about someone's acting like a twat, as I put it, I mean an idiot, and I get a warning for that. And then just the way I put things
I
is like
didn't
from
put
where
a
I'm
warning
from.
right there, my friend.
Yeah,
I
but the
didn't.
way I put things from where I'm from, like Manchester, Zuggy knows that we swear a lot, and it's not very fair that I just get shit for everything. Like,
So I think that your friend, I know we were going to bring you up to this in the other day, but the other day we had another admin situation because an officer swore at the fire department. It was another guy involved, it wasn't us. He was swearing at him, saying, "You're not doing your fucking job. Hurry the fuck up." He said those words, and the firefighter was like, "Why the fuck are you swearing at me?" And then he arrested the firefighter for swearing. And I was also arrested for swearing in that scene as well. And I'm sorry, but in the survey, it's
for
just becoming to the
swearing.
fact. Yes, apparently it's a crime, but I got arrested yesterday. I called an admin. I think was it Hugh who arrived? Was it Welsh who arrived?
No,
I don't know
think
who
it was Welsh or Hugh.
Drew also came to that situation at LSIA because we had to make an admin situation because an officer arrested me for swearing because I was talking to someone else and he said you're getting arrested for swearing. So like at this point we're getting quite fed up with officers. Like they could just be so much more lenient and like nice to us. They could have dealt with that so well. Like if it wasn't that officer, sorry to say, but Scott, he's quite on the book. I've played them a few times, but he's quite on the book. He doesn't like to bend the rules. He's straight authoritarian, so he wants to do everything his way. So like he could have dealt with that, and any other officer would have dealt with that so much more differently because it was sorted out with the civilian. We went to the fire scene. He could have followed us and then commented on what we did then. A supervisor, a watch commander, anyone else would have done that compared to him. Because he was just there aggravating us, this guy Zala decided to hit and run, which I do not agree with hit and running, but like the officer did not need to park his vehicle in front of us.
The thing is, we do actually. If someone hit my car as a civilian, I'm like, I'm
but we didn't hit him
over.
before. It was only
pull them over, and then yeah. Anyways,
but the reason we couldn't report him is because we want to go to our role play that our friend set up rather than sitting around with an officer who wants to fulfill his whatever he's doing.
I see. Okay. I also wanted to know what did the person you were saying admin came and what did they say about that? People getting arrested
yesterday?
for swearing. Yep.
Oh yeah, so it was either Hugh or Welsh. I think Drew came to the situation where there was he arrived in like in a mini or something. So I got arrested for swearing, and the admin came, the other officers came to the scene, and they let us all go, and then told off the officer. So that's pretty much it.
Yep.
And then it was disregarded.
But if you think about it, there's more police than FD, and me, Zuggy, Dizzy, you see us on the server all the time, right?
Yeah.
We come on as FD, we do good role plays for you lot, and this shit just always happens. I seem to always end up in the back of a police car for no reason. Zuggy does. We made a
reason
whole
then because of the
compilation.
hit and run though.
Yeah, but we have a whole compilation of it of just getting absolutely
Do you want me
murdered
to send you
for
a
no
video?
reason.
Your friend, and I have a 1 minute 30 seconds, and it's about 20 videos of me being executed by police officers, beaten with batons when I'm standing there. I'll send you the video if you want.
For no reason at all.
Okay.
Sure.
And
continue with what you wanted to do.
It's getting very annoying at this point, and
Can I
you
talk
making
to the
comments
officer
about where
now?
I'm from is aggravating as well.
No, wait. Let me talk to him first, okay? Scott, if you want to talk here, I have no problem. If you want to talk alone, I have no problem with that either.
I
So
can
you
talk
decide.
here.
Okay. I'll tell you one
I
thing.
have nothing to,
Commenting
cover up on.
like, hey, you don't know about the rules in US. Like, come on now. Like, the way
That's
you
not-
said it. What did you say? Do you remember?
I said, and I quote, I said, you act, it was along the lines of you guys act like y'all went to law school here and know the laws, but you guys don't. And being offended, being subjective is being offended is subjective, meaning you choose to be offended by something. You know, I can say something with knowing how I intend it, but with it being a subjective statement, the person that gets offended chose to be offended by it. And he even agreed. He's like, you're right, I didn't learn the law here. But when I say it, the way I said it, they get offense to it. But when they agree that they didn't learn the law from the U.S.,
so I can just go up to him and call him a school shooter.
No. 1 second, English. I told you. Let me talk.
Can I actually quote what he said?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because it wasn't that. It wasn't. If you formulated it in a nicer way, it would have been fine. But you said you're obviously not from the US, so you don't know the laws here. Or it was something on those lines.
Okay, let me go look at this clip. Hold on, because I recorded it too.
Fucking hell.
I have recorded
I'm
too.
gonna pull the clip.
Listen,
Honestly,
Scott.
I've
what
got
I'm
bad
trying
things to do in my night.
Same.
No.
I'm gonna go pull the clip real quick.
No one is leaving until this admin situation is getting over. Scott, you don't need to go there. Scott.
He can look at the clip. It would be better to him.
Guys, let me at least.
If you want to post the clip, and then we'll see.
Let me at least. You guys can go ahead and look at my video. I have a YouTube video running right now. You can go ahead, look at it. Go ahead. I have no problem with that. Scott, you don't need to do that. Now, I want you to listen to me. The thing is, if I tell you, hey, You might have not played games before, like me now. I mean, wouldn't that be offensive? Hey, you can't do this. Okay. So you're
The reason
saying
being
you
is
won't
because
get
I've matured and I'm an adult and I understand if you're saying something along those lines, like let's say I'm new to this, I'm new to
He's
gaming or
assuming our
whatever,
age.
and you say something that is relatively true, like, oh, you've not played games like me, so you don't really know as what you're doing. I'll be like, you're completely right. I'm not going to argue about it because I've matured. I don't take offense. You know, I take everything as constructive criticism. If you say that I've not played this game or I don't know something because I've not done it long enough or I'm not in a certain state to know their laws, then I'd be like, you're completely right. You know, because I've been in servers where it's been I've been in Canadian servers where I've not known the laws, and someone has said, "Well, you're not from here, so I wouldn't expect you to know these laws." And I'm like, "You're 100% correct. So can you help me?"
Yeah.
I don't get offended by
Saying
that.
I don't expect you to know certain laws. Saying that is different from what you said to him.
I'm gonna go pull the clip real quick to see what I exactly said so I can say it.
Okay.
Sure.
Goodness. So what's the end goal here? Where are all parties
I
expecting?
have no
We're
idea.
going in circles.
The reason I reported him was because of the
It's
abuse of
taser.
power on the scene, and that's the
Yep.
only. I understand the reason why he's under arrest. That's completely lawful, so I understand the law that he did a hit and run, and that's fine. The way he dealt with the situation by tasering 4 separate people, I don't agree with, and multiple officers on the scene did not agree with. He could have dealt with it way more accordingly. The reason I made it admin sit is because I was placed in the back of a car and left there without being told why I was arrested, and multiple other people were like that. Zala was just put in a random police car, and we just all left there. Didn't even tell me a reason why I was arrested.
The thing is, Isaac, I'll tell you one thing is, I have also been in a situation where they arrested me, didn't tell me why I'm getting arrested, and
But
they
you have
put
to
me in the
provide a
back
reason.
of the car. No, they didn't actually. They said, hey, there was a shooting, and we saw you here, standing here, and that's why we're arresting you. Like,
Okay, well, you
guys,
can't get arrested for that. You should be detained for that.
Yeah, I mean, they did detain
I
me,
wasn't
but
told
they
I was
said
detained. I said I was under
arrested.
arrest, and I just put in a car.
All of y'all
Yes.
could have been
My life.
arrested, guilty by association, which is a
I
charge.
was told I
there.
was under arrest and put in the back of a
I
car.
Has my
wasn't-
life come to
I
debating with
wasn't guilty at
Americans
all
about
because
a game?
I
And,
wasn't
I'm just
even.
saying, technically, all of y'all could have been arrested lawfully.
We understand.
No,
I was told I was under arrest,
one
and
sec,
the fact is I
Isaac.
wasn't told the reason.
The thing is, I'll bring mine is I was different because an admin abused that we were talking out of character to our friends, and then admin flew on top of us for a reason and then called cops for no reason. There was no RPCing. He started his own RPCing there and abused his power. That was different. Anyways, that was not the concern
Can we
here.
just get to the end of this? Because
Yeah.
me and the other firefighters do not have any interest in
Izuki,
role
I'll
playing with
tell you
Scott.
one thing. The thing is, you guys are not letting me talk at all. I want to talk to Scott right now, and you guys are not letting me.
Oh, we'll walk
If
away.
for a few
That's why we
more
walked away.
minutes, if you for few more minutes, I don't actually.
We'll walk away.
That
We'll
would be
just
nice.
get out of
Thank
this.
you. Okay. Scott, I'll tell
My
you,
life
you
has
were
been
tasing them.
debating with
Guys,
this.
you know what? Go to that wall and stand there. Go. If you can stay quiet.
Oh, I'm trying to pull the footage real quick.
You were tasing him back and forth. May I ask the reason?
No.
Like once you're tased, when you
Yep.
tase someone, your next step is try to actually go close to him,
Yeah.
cuff him,
So,
and then
I tased
detain
him.
Yeah.
I tased him once. He took off running, and I had my taser in my hand. And you know when you press the tackle key, if your taser's in your hand, you're still going to dry stun somebody. So I ran towards him to tackle him, but my taser was still out, so he got dry stunned a second time. And that's where he's talking about the back to forth tasing. It was never intentional the second time. It was I was running with my taser because he took off running after he was tased. And I went to go tackle him, and that's when he was dry stunned.
So see, that is the mistake that it happened by mistake. It wasn't your fault, but it did happen. So, and they are
Yeah, no, I
taking
completely
it
understand.
out of fun. They are taking it far, and
They
also
took the entire
like
thing far.
yeah, I know about the US thing. I know you were trying to tell them that they don't know about. I mean, you were talking about rules in your country, but the thing is, we go for California law, for example, in FiveM server. Anyways, US laws doesn't matter. It's Cali that matters. I mean,
Yeah, and you know, I didn't. They took it offensively, but I know you know my intentions were not to be offensive.
I understand that, but they did take it different way.
And I'm sorry, I can't control how someone else is going to take something. That's the problem with the world today is everyone's offended by something. No matter what I've said, I said no matter which way I could have put it, they could have been offended by it. And that's the thing is they could have. Not saying they would have, but they could have. So it's them being offended is all on them. It's not on me. It's not on somebody else that may say something that may offend them. If I were to say something that would blatantly offend them, like saying, you know, you guys live in a fucked up country and y'all's laws are fucking stupid. That's being blatantly offensive. Not saying, hey, y'all didn't take law in America. I would not expect you guys to know these laws.
But
that's not an offensive statement.
That was totally different. You can also say this same statement in a different way where they don't get offended by it. For example,
I can't control if they're going to get offended, though. That's what you're missing. Like, I can't control if they get offended. I could have said it 50 different ways and they could have got offended.
Okay, I'll tell you one good example. When, for example, something I know Devinator don't like. Maybe it's me, I just used something in my language and Devinator doesn't like something. And if he doesn't like something, I shouldn't say some words, some language. For example, I mean, so I did call people buddy. People didn't like it. Okay.
Okay.
AFK for too long.
Are we free to go
No,
now?
he was AFK. He was AFK.
Can we just
no,
go
first, no, I'll tell you one thing. You guys made an admin call. You guys can't
I made
just
the admin
leave.
call, yes.
Yes, actually, your friend over here also made an admin call. And when
The
you made
reason
the
of the
admin
admin-
call, I was there. What's up?
Yes, the reason of the admin call was not the reason he got arrested. The reason the admin call, I said FRP because he
Devin,
used
do you
his
wanna just
taser.
arrest me?
Zalo, wait. He used his taser excess of 2 times without going to get extra cartridges. He used it literally. He used his taser on 4 different individuals. He used it on multiple people without role playing, getting extra cartridges. Just completely dry tasing, long shot tasing on multiple different people. I understand he wanted to tase, but it's FRP if he just continues tasing loads of different people. He tasered an officer as well by his
I
vehicle.
understand that, and I already told him, and he understands that too. But the thing is, we were trying to talk, and he got DC now, so we're gonna wait for him. I'm sorry, Devinator, that we are wasting your time, and if you want, you can leave, to be honest, until Scott wants you. I'm fine.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm
Yeah,
just
go
eating gummy bears right now and chilling. So
You like
I mean,
gummy bears? I mean, I
fuck
tried
yeah,
gummy
who
bears.
doesn't? What?
Tried gummy
So
bears,
yeah, I love
but
gummy
we
bears,
can't
but
talk anymore.
I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, I'm sorry if we got a bit annoyed, but he wasn't being very polite with the situation, saying, "Oh, I'm the mature one," saying stuff like that. But we could have just dealt with this accordingly, said, "Hey ho, that's that."
Yes,
But
I
he's been
do
making comments the whole
understand.
time, and that's why we were getting annoyed, and we wanted to step away. So I
I
hope you understand that.
understand that, but at least let me talk, because whenever I was talking, you were interrupting and I couldn't convey my message.
Yeah,
At
I'm sorry.
last,
We just want to get out.
yeah, if you want to get out, first of all, at last he understood what I was saying, and we're gonna wait for him. First thing, you made an admin call, both of you. I'm here because of you. Now, admin call can be ended whenever you guys want. No. When both the parties will be fine, that's when admin call will be over. So only Deminator is free to go, to be honest. Everyone else can leave until the admin call is over. I'm waiting for
So
him
is
to
there
come
anything
back.
else you want to say to us then, or?
No, I'm waiting for him to log back so we can actually solve this.
I don't think there's anything to solve, to be honest. I think we've determined that it's just going to go back and forth because
If I
every
can-
time he talks about something, he just says something reasonably offensive and he's quite petty with his words. So I think there's not much
Yes,
point
he
us
did
standing around.
understand the first one, taser one, he understood that. Offensive one, I was trying to give him another example, which the thing is, I have one example. I don't want to use it though, because maybe it's offensive for some other people, because example is not good sometimes. So I'm trying to not to say some other example. I'm trying to think about some different example where he understands that it was offensive for you guys, and that's all. And we're gonna solve this.
If I can go on a objective rant real quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So a couple points. I've been kind of listening to it. To start off on Scott, I did speak to Scott about how his force was excessive and that he could have definitely attempted to de-escalate. So I did talk with him privately behind that little shed while y'all were talking. I did speak to him on the excessive force. Now to jump over to y'all, I did review the clip. You guys were a little belligerent. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It was a little belligerent, and you guys did leave an active, scene that he was trying to solve. FD nor a civilian has any right to decide when their interaction with police is over. That's completely at police officer's discretion when the interaction's over. So, the engineer, and I believe that you guys were implicated in the fact that you weren't allowed to leave by law enforcement, and it was an active investigation going. Even if you cleared it between you two, law enforcement still needs to be notified, so then they can conclude their report effectively. So both parties were definitely in the wrong. FD should have never left that scene without Scott's approval. And Scott never should have used the excessive force, and I saw very minimal attempts to de-escalate. So both parties, in my opinion, were in the wrong. But
yeah, I agree.
The thing is, I'll tell you right now, both the parties were escalating. Like, for example, oh, this is offensive for me, and he's like, okay, this is offensive for me, and I'm gonna tase you. Both were using excessive force for everything. Like,
we on the scene.
Okay, I'll tell you one thing.
Sorry,
I'm a cop. If I try to arrest you and you leave, yeah, I'm not gonna just let you go. Come on, you can't. Even if
you've
you're
got to understand
FD.
the cops. Some of the cops on the server though, because like. I understand what you completely said, Devon, is completely understandable, but a lot of cops on the server are like ill-advised, they don't know the law completely, or they just they just do it on purpose, and they just like to troll a little bit or delay us. Literally, outside the FD station, there was police officers blocking the station earlier just to take the piss, and we can't do anything in that situation except ask for a 1071, which everyone denies. So like it happens all the time, so we can't really. We're getting fed up. Like, we just get fed up with it. That's the reason why he decided to let him run.
If you guys want me to finish this quickly, then please let me talk and keep moving in between so you don't get AFK kicked, okay? So fine, I'll tell you. You can run when a cop is trying to arrest you. You are being placed, kinda detained, not arrested, or maybe even arrested or detained, I don't know. But you can run away from cops, I'll tell you that. Scott, you used taser a lot. I understand that was a mistake. Well, you need to tell them sorry for that, not me, to be honest, because you tased them, not me. So that was too much.
I didn't tase a lot. I tased one firefighter once and then ran at him and then it deployed a dry stun. So I apologize for the dry stun because you ran from me after I tased you. So I apologize you ran and got tased an additional time by accident. And then the other taser, I have to look at the clip, but I only remember tasing one firefighter. If I tased you, I don't recall tasing you. I just recall tasing
Honestly,
ID 10
mate,
here with the blue
I don't
helmet.
give a shit at this point. Can you just arrest me?
Okay, see, I'm not
Get on with that
apologizing
life?
because he can't even look. See,
Right, big man,
now.
don't fucking apologize, right? You're starting to piss me
Listen,
the fuck off
ID4, you're
right now.
escalating this situation right now.
You're starting to
Aizugi.
piss me the fuck off now, honestly, right?
All right, buddy,
Just
calm down.
dragging this
Seriously,
situation
you
on
don't
for
need
so
to talk to
fucking
him.
long.
You need to talk to me
I
right
don't wanna
now. I'm
fucking
in
talk
between.
to him. Just fucking arrest
Well
me.
then,
No, he's going
I'll
to him
talk
saying
to
he's
you.
speaking to
I'm
him. So
talking to him in his ban appeal. Tell him to make a ban appeal when he cools down,
Just
okay?
give me a fucking jail time, honestly.
why ban
Fucking
appeal? Why are you
hell.
banning him?
Because
Oh,
he's
fucking
evading.
perfect.
Now that
See you
he's
later,
back,
boy.
I'm not
He's not evading. He's walking away from the situation.
Yes, I
because
know.
the
I
person's
got it. I
aggravated him.
thought
She
he
was-
gonna leave. Aizuki,
No, he's walking. He
English.
doesn't want to hear his proximity because he would like to hear it from you, your friend, or Devonator, and not this individual here because
then
of his
let me
previous
talk.
comments.
I'm trying to actually finish this in, but you guys don't wanna. When he was actually apologizing for his taser and trying to think what else happened with the taser. Now, your friend actually came here and started what he started. You can check my video right now, and he did. Wasn't you there at that time? I don't need any witness because I have video clip of that. And I'm trying to end this situation for a very long time now. He was
I am as
literally
well, but him saying I
apologizing.
don't want an apology from him. I just want to get on with my night.
But you could have just said. He could have just said, "Oh, I'm sorry about the tasing. I'm sorry if I excessively tased. Therefore,
he
I
did say
apologize for him
that.
hitting and run. I said it was sorry. It's bad that
He
he didn't
did it,
hit
and
and
he
run.
said he's
All
not going to apologize.
Yeah, no. All you got to say is, "I'm sorry if I excessively tased the use of used excessive use of force."
He did
And then we
say
go.
he did apologize for
He was
excessive for
dragging it
the
on, saying, "I'm."
one
No, he was
dry.
dragging it on.
Honestly, I don't give
He
a shit
was-
about apology. I just want to go on
Now
my night.
see, that is wrong. Don't even go there.
That's-
Now you guys are not even listening to me. How can I understand like what you were doing on the scene? First of all, when a cop actually stops you, you can't just leave and because hey, I wanna help other person. No, that is a complete no. You can't do that because cops have right to actually detain or arrest anyone they want. If it was not fair, you call supervisor, watch commander, and if you don't agree with the RP, that's when you call an admin. The thing is, Aizuki, I'm telling you, you guys have been interrupting, not just me, but he was apologizing. Am I?
No, he said.
No,
said
he's
to
not.
me-
He's not apologizing. He said for a minute. He could have just said, "Oh, I'm sorry if I used excessive use of force. I don't think I did." That's it.
I apologize.
Rather than spending about a minute going how, "Oh, well, I reviewed the clip and I don't think I used excessive force. I only dry tased once. I only did this." Just say, "I apologize for him hitting and running. I said it was in the wrong."
I
so let's just
apologize as
let's just
well.
move. Yeah, exactly. He apologized. So let's just move on from that rather than dragging it on.
Listen, I'll tell you what he said. He said, for the taser, yes, I use taser. Now, dry taser, like when he tased you, melee taser, that's where he said, oh, I apologize for that. That was, didn't mean to. And then he was saying, I don't remember if I tased the other person or not. Then he was thinking. That's when your
Honestly, I
friend over
think
here.
all our balls have dropped here, so I think we should all just mature up and just get on with this fucking shit.
Are we just now talking about maturing?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So y'all can comment,
Guys.
but I can't say anything.
Oh,
Okay, I got
right,
y'all.
okay.
Come on.
Right.
Is that how
Your
you're gonna
friend-
deal right now?
Yeah,
Seriously, I'm
honestly,
really
why
trying
saying
hard
us?
right now.
What? How about we
Can
just
you
separate both
parties calm down right now and chill and at least listen to me right now because I'm not gonna say this again. No one gonna talk, no one else other than I tell person who should talk. Okay, I already told you, but here we go again, and I'm gonna say it again and again. You leaving the scene when a cop is stopping you, you can't do that because you did
How long
something
have we
wrong.
been here?
I understand that a safe told you, but also the same safe told this cop to actually take your IDs and your names so he can file a complaint or I don't know, sue you guys or your department. I don't know, but he did. So yes, he have the right to actually take your name and your ID. So your hitting his car was wrong. Yes, the cop was wrong when he tased you multiple times for no reason and he tased the other person or the cop or any other person. That was wrong. I told him that too. And about being disrespect, you both were, you were disrespecting each other. So that was it. Now, come on now. We should not actually, to be honest,
Can I
I
say
feel
something?
bad. Okay, go ahead.
I know this guy over here might make a comment about this, but I believe we all have matured as my friend here is nearly 18. Devon,
I'm already
you seem
18,
a
I'm
very
not.
mature individual. That person over there, bit mature. I'm pretty mature. Your friend, you definitely are. You're an admin. But I think we should all just suck it up. We've been here, sat here 40 minutes going like a roller coaster, round and round again and again and again. I've
Well,
heard.
then that's why I'm
I've
trying
listened.
to talk and
I've
solve
listened.
this.
I've listened. I feel that I should get jail time for hit and run. So can we just? I might have my call. I
Now you're
retract it since you
complying. Now
dealt with
you're
it.
saying just jail me, jail me, jail me. You can't just start a scene and then say, hey, I
Okay,
don't want to be with you. Like, come
Zalo,
on
just don't
now.
say anything. We're
I
happy
give
to
up
listen to this, whatever.
speaking, obviously.
Yeah, just leave it. We're happy to listen to whatever, and then when we've listened, we're gonna go because this is gonna go all night.
Okay, when the first time he tased you, this cop over here was because for a reason. That's why. Second
No, I
time,
don't
third
accept the
time,
reason he
and
tased me.
more than that, that was excessive and that was his mistake. And I think he did apologize for that, didn't he? I'm gonna ask you
Don't
guys.
know.
So you guys
Don't
gonna
know.
say don't know.
I literally don't know because we've been here for 40 minutes. I do not remember everything. All I remember is that Devon likes jelly beans or gummy bears or something.
Okay, now do you guys know that leaving a scene where a cop actually stopped you is not fair with the cop? He can actually
Yes,
he used a taser. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, we've repeated that the hit and run was illegal, and we said in the future, can he please instead? I understand the situation. We were just going around the corner. He could have pulled up behind the engine, and once the situation was over, he could have arrested this engineer because we needed him on the call
but
to
the
man
thing
the pump.
is,
So
it
we
didn't go
understand
that
what
way.
crime we committed.
Maybe he was busy dealing with other person. Maybe he was busy talking. Maybe he was busy looking up the penal code. I don't know, but he wasn't there. So that means he was doing something. You can't just.
Wait, what?
I'm talking about when he
Your
rammed
friend.
his vehicle. Yeah, what's up, Scott?
So I'm gonna agree with them, saying that I could have followed them to the scene, but law enforcement, we don't follow people from a scene to another scene. If there's an initial scene where a crime happened, we don't say, okay, well, we're gonna follow you guys to this next scene and then I'll arrest you at this next location. That's not how that works. We arrest you at the scene of the crime. We don't go to a different scene and follow you guys there and then arrest you guys there. That doesn't happen.
I'll tell you one thing. The thing is, it totally depends from person to person. For example, if I'm there, maybe I will allow you. But if, for example, my other friend is there, maybe he won't. He's like, no, they are going to jail. FD or not, they are going to jail no matter what. If other people need something, they're gonna have to deal with it, you know. But they are going to jail for what you guys did, whatever. But if he doesn't want to follow, he doesn't have to. He was doing his job.
Right. I understand why he could do that, but why was he tasing me and arresting me then? What
So
crime did I commit?
I'll tell you why. I told you multiple times to comply, to stop, turn around, and get on the ground. You failed to do so.
Okay, the
At that
thing
point,
is,
you decided to pull out a
Can
radio
I just
and
be
turn away
arrested?
from me and start walking
but-
away.
but I have a question.
Yeah, because I'm going to a fire.
Aizugi
Because I didn't commit a
wasn't.
crime.
Okay, let me talk. Aizugi wasn't driving. The other person, ID4, was driving.
I was aware, but the crime that they could have all been charged with was guilty by association. They were all involved, and this officer gave his driver the command to drive off. Basically, they both should have been arrested because the officer gave his engineer an order, which the engineer has stated multiple times. I listened to what my officer said. So the officer stated that I told him to drive off, and the engineer agreed, and so they hit me. So they both could have been charged with guilty by association and accomplice. And you were tased because you were failure to comply.
So I got in the engine because my commanding officer told me to get in the engine because first of all, he doesn't want me to escalate the situation, and secondly, we were going to a call. You're not in the Discord call, and he told me to get in the engine, so I don't know how you heard that.
Because he just said that the officer told him to get in the engine. He said blatantly just now. He just said a few minutes ago that he was told to get in the truck and go.
A few minutes ago, mate,
I was told to get in the
been
engine as
40
well
minutes.
because I have a job to do. I didn't. So if I'm told to get in the engine by my commanding officer,
engine can't leave because that was the evidence.
well, that's not my problem. I'm just listening to my commanding. I sat in the back, listened to my commanding officer. I did not get fully involved within the law enforcement situation. So why am I getting arrested? Please.
So it sounds like your commanding officer was not aware of the situation, because whenever a fire apparatus, and since we've been going in and out of character, since a fire apparatus was involved in an accident, they legally are bound to stay on scene until the scene has been code forwarded by law enforcement. They are exempt from taking calls. Calls will just have to be pending until they get back in service. Y'all could have been on that fire in less than 30 seconds if you would have just let me finish getting the all I needed was 2 more bits of information, and y'all would have been good to go. So all you had to do was wait 30 seconds.
One sec. ID4, no. You can't, because guess what? You guys started the admin call, and I'm here because you guys called me here. So you can just say, hey, can we, now fine, whatever it is. Well, you guys should think about it before you make an admin call next time. I'm telling you now.
Well,
if it takes 3 hours to actually finish this admin call, I have no problem. I'm going to stay here and listen.
I'm satisfied with getting jail time.
Well,
Scott, are you happy with me getting jail time?
No, we are not leaving. And no one is
your
going
friend,
anywhere.
I don't believe I should have been tased. I don't believe I should have been arrested. I have a duty to rescue, and it's a law. If I'm not responding, that's failure to assist someone. So I was just doing my. I was sitting in my vehicle. I was not the one operating the motor vehicle. I literally just sat in the vehicle. Whatever the driver decides to do, that's on him. I do not force him. I did not tell him where to drive. I did not force him to drive. So that's not association.
I understand, but engine can leave, and that's why cop was
I'm not driving, so why am I getting
arrest.
tased and arrested then?
No,
Again,
no,
the reason
no.
you got tased, I gave you multiple commands and you failed to listen. That's grounds for a taser.
You have no reason to
So you
tase
just
and point a
accept
weapon.
it.
Failure to comply
sure.
is a reason for a taser.
Yeah,
One
but
sec,
you can't
but they
just point
don't
tasers at random
know
people. I didn't
why.
do anything. So.
Listen, Scott, they
Okay.
don't know why. I'm telling you, Izuki, because you got into engine. That's why you can't take a vehicle that is actually
But
on the same.
I did not know the engine was taking off. So how was I meant to know the engine was taking off?
Wasn't you driving?
Okay,
I mean,
so
you're
me and
commanding.
Suki-
I was not
officer
driving.
to-
Zala was driving. I
No,
sat in the
no,
back
no.
of my vehicle
driving.
that I.
After you got hit, and then how was you taking off? How were you leaving?
What?
In the same vehicle or different
I
vehicle?
sat. I did my job, sat in my vehicle and wait for calls, and that's all I did. I did not instruct anyone to drive.
Oh,
I
wait.
just
You
sat
were
in the
in
vehicle.
different. You were in different vehicle.
No, I was in the engine, in the back of the engine, and all I'm doing is sitting in the back of the engine, and then we arrive on scene, and I'm getting my getting a taser pointed at me. I understand that's failure to comply, but I did not commit a crime in the first place.
So
all I
when
did was
any-
sat
See,
in the
but
vehicle.
the thing
I'm
is,
sorry.
you can't take the engine. You can't take the engine. Now, do you
I did not take the engine.
Hold on,
I
hold on,
sat
hold on,
in the
hold on.
engine
Hey,
because
hey,
it's my
I'm
job.
gonna help you. I'm gonna give you an answer real quick, okay?
Okay.
You said that you didn't understand why you had tasers at you in the first place. Okay. When
Yep.
when law enforcement is in a pursuit with a vehicle, let's just say it's a minivan and there's 4 people in it. Everyone has tasers and guns drawn and pointed at them because they were all in the vehicle that was involved in the crime. So I'm not going to change the way I approach things just because you guys are with the fire department. I'm going to treat you guys like any civilian. So I'm going to put my taser on everybody that comes out of that car until I can get control of that scene.
Okay, so why did you only arrest me and Zalo and not anyone else on scene? And why
Because the
did you
scene
point
was
your taser
super
and-
chaotic. You guys were the
Okay,
main
well,
instigators in that situation. You
I
guys
didn't
were the
instigate.
main. And instigate, the way I mean it, it's not like instigating. Let me try to. The way I said
literally
it.
did not speak to you, so I don't know why you're
Okay,
prioritizing
one
me.
did
He was the
speak to me.
driver.
Okay, one sec. Now, if anyone wants to talk, like first Scott gonna talk. Izugi, you can talk after that, and ID4, you can talk after that if you want. Now go ahead and talk, Scott.
Okay, so by instigating, you did say something to me. It's in the clip. As soon as you got out, you started talking to me and said, "I want your supervisor. I want your supervisor. Give me your supervisor." At that point, you proceeded to go on your radio, go on the police channel, and ask for a supervisor. After I'd given you commands to, turn around and drop, you did not do so, which is grounds for a taser deployment. Because if it was, let's say you were in a regular car, screw the fire truck. If y'all were in a regular car and you failed to comply, you would have been tased because all of you guys were in the vehicle in the act of a crime, which was fleeing or eluding and then hit and run. Therefore, all of you guys are going to be treated as suspects until deemed otherwise. All you guys had to do was comply.
Okay.
All you had to do was wait 30 seconds at the gas station. You wanted an answer, I'm giving you one. So don't, 30 seconds. 30 seconds is all we had left at the LTD, and y'all would have been on your way. This would have never happened. But y'all proceeded to blindly follow a command and get in a truck and proceed to hit a law enforcement vehicle after y'all hit a different vehicle. I was just trying to finish getting information for insurance. That was it. No one was going to jail. No one was going to cuffs. There was no big investigation. I followed up with civilian. Civilian came and said, "I want this information." I proceeded to try and get it from y'all, and y'all walked away, got in the truck, and rammed me.
It was just misunderstanding, nothing else. He wasn't doing anything. He was trying to gather things.
Okay, cool. I was just doing my
stuff.
duty. I was just doing my duty to rescue, so I don't get charged with attempted murder. So that's what I'm doing.
You
Can we
would have been
just finish
charged
the
with it because
situation?
your truck should have been out of service.
All right.
But in the situation, I don't care. Right, in the situation, I was doing my duty to rescue, sat in my vehicle. I don't know why he didn't prioritize the driver, and I don't know why he didn't arrest anyone else on the scene. Any of the other firefighters.
Okay, I'm aware you didn't care. You said that.
Honesty,
What?
right?
He didn't say
Your
he didn't care.
friend.
He
Yeah,
said
he did. He
literally
just said
apologized.
as I was saying something. He's like, "I don't care. It's fine. It's whatever. It's fine."
why
Your
other
friends.
firefighters did not get arrested and why
The other
Yeah.
firefighters didn't get arrested because they were not the main focus. The
Yeah,
driver
but-
and
yeah,
this
but
guy
the
here. Hold
The
on.
logic you're pulling with the guilty by association, surely every single person in that truck should have been guilty by association.
Agreed. So the thing with that
So
is, I'm
then-
one officer. I can't arrest everybody
You
at
had your
once.
chance to speak.
You just interrupted me, though.
Oh, big
One
man,
sec.
right? I'm trying to speak.
let him
You
talk.
had your chance. So, well, guilty by association includes everyone in the vehicle, correct?
Is it my turn to speak?
Correct. Does it include everyone in
He
the vehicle?
can't
Correct.
say anything because he will
Okay.
interrupt
Does it,
you. That's
Zuki,
why.
does it include everyone in the vehicle? Correct.
Yes, if you're talking about guilty
So
by
why is he? Why?
association.
I get why I was targeted, but why was a paramedic targeted? Paramedic has a blue star there. See this blue star there? Do you know what that means in war, Scott? That means you can't shoot a paramedic, can you? In war,
False.
you can't
You
shoot
can.
a medic, can you?
False.
If a
I'm a
paramedic-
medic and you can.
Can't shoot a medic. That means
Yes,
a
you
medic
can.
End of.
should.
There
If
was
a
a guy.
medic's
There was a
being
guy.
put in handcuffs, that's complete bullshit. Because you
End
shouldn't
of.
be
There was
put
a
in
guy
handcuffs.
injured, and we were next to a fire, so there was no need to tase me when there was a guy injured, and I could have aided
So-
to him.
The guilty by association law, yes, that means everyone would have involved would have been in cuffs, but you got to look at the ratio. It was me to about 5 of you guys. I can't go around and be like, all right, can y'all just stand still so I can arrest all of you guys? That's not how it works. I arrested the person that's closest to me. Guy 10, he walked up to me. So that's why he got put in cuffs first, because he walked up to me. He was the closest one to me. I didn't have my cover units there yet to arrest everybody else. And then 4, you were the driver. So you were the next one in custody. That's how that works. And as a medic in real life, yes, we can be tased. We can be shot. It depends on the situation. I know I'm mature enough to listen to law enforcement. You know, I know when a law enforcement officer comes up to me and says something, I know to listen to them because I'm not above the law. I don't get to break the law and think I get to get away with it because I'm a medic. That's not how that
Okay,
works.
I'm just going to de-escalate the situation with my friend over there. We're going to remove ourselves from the situation. If you want to speak to us, your friend, you can contact us over here by this police car.
No. You
They're still
can't
evading you.
associate.
No, we're staying.
You can't. No. You
Staying?
can't. Listen. Stay there nearby the
I'm done with
car.
listening to him.
No, we're staying. We're
done.
not running
I
away. We just.
understand. If you want me to finish the call, you both, all of you, have to listen to me at the same time. Because I don't want to be biased with you guys or with him either at the same time. So if you guys want to go ahead and appeal, well, we're going to solve this. Or we're
Scott, can
gonna
we just
stay
agree on
here.
something? Okay, right. You used excessive force. I was in the wrong for
Yes.
driving into your vehicle. Zuggy was in the wrong for calling admin. Just yeah.
What? Yeah.
So we were all in the wrong. Okay, we all did things wrong. We could have all improved from this situation. I'm willing to take my arrest if you're willing to
ID4,
give it
that's
to me.
not how it goes now. You actually taking, are you actually doing my job? That's
Well,
my
I'm just trying to
question.
resolve the
Because
situation.
Because the
so
thing
we're not
is,
sat here for another
ID4, you are
hour.
not letting anyone. You don't wanna let
I am, but
Scott
I'll let
talk.
you speak.
You don't
first.
wanna, like, Aizuki wants to counter question him. Well, we're
Okay,
gonna
Zuggy,
solve
you
this.
make a comment.
Okay.
You
Well,
can
I'm just thinking,
leave.
if two parties
Just
aren't.
because. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
We're not forced to listen to him. So if you want to step away from him talking, that's completely fine. We're going to listen to you, and we have listened to you the whole time. So what's wrong?
The thing is, you guys were not listening, counter questioning in between. Fine, then we are answering that. And that's when you guys, like, again, more and more questions are coming. So instead of actually going towards public, can we go on this side and solve this before we actually
I think it's
encounter
solved
the
now.
public? No, it's not. I told you, I'm gonna stay here for 3 hours. If it's not solved, I have no problem.
You
We can
DV'd
stay
my
here.
car.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Scott. Please, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. I already told you.
Scott, how would you like
Scott
this situation
tased
resolved?
people
I've said my point of view. How would you like to resolve this, my
by
friend?
not interrupting, first of all. So, Scott did tase you like multiple times. I told him it was excessive from his side. That's where he was wrong. Scott, now I think if you want to finish the scene right now, just say sorry for that and we can move on.
Ma'am, I tried to say sorry, and he told me to fuck off, and he didn't want to hear my apology.
We can try again.
And I'm going to be truthful here. I'm not going to apologize for tasing you the first time because there was legal reasons. The
Yeah,
second
that's
time
fine.
I will apologize for because I didn't, when I'm running with a taser in my hand, I don't know if you guys run law enforcement, but when you run with your taser, your tackle key is the same as your dry stun. So if my taser is still in my hand and I run up to tackle you, it's also going to dry stun you.
So that was wrong.
So
One
I
sec, guys.
apologize for not putting my taser up before you took off running from me.
Okay, I agree with that.
One sec. Big boy, leave this place. Okay, so I'll tell you one more time. ID4, you ran away when a cop actually stopped you from the scene. So cop actually have the right to tase you or even try to actually arrest you by any means. For that also mean that he can use a pistol too at that time. Because you were actually leaving the scene, something like that. So do you understand that leaving the
Yes, I
scene was
understand
not
that.
there? You need to apologize for that.
I apologize for running away from the situation. It will not happen again, sir.
Okay. Now, I'm confused, Scott. You can leave ID4 if you want. We saw that one. Scott,
Yeah, what's up?
why did you arrest Izuki again? Like, I understand. Was
Who?
it
ID
because
10?
he was talking with to help his friend?
No, it
that
was
the
fair to
reason?
comply with police commands.
But why? Why were you trying to arrest, like detain
I
or
was
anything?
failing to comply because he pointed a taser at me when I was on the scene of the fire scene, and rather than putting my hands up and running over to the officer, I went over to the person who was by the fire, with the person who was next to the car fire on Grove Street. So I went to go and prioritize the person who made the 911 call rather than prioritizing going over to Scott, and that's why he tased me. So I understand.
As you can see in the
and,
video, sorry, buddy, you did not run towards me. You ran to my vehicle. It's all on dash
yes,
cam. You ran to my
because
vehicle, not to
the
person that
rear
was
the
injured.
rear of the engine has my equipment, so that's why I run to the rear of my engine, and I started to
Okay.
go in the chat and do /me, and then
Yeah, but I didn't tase you at the suspect. I tased you in front of my car after you looked at me and stated, I believe 2 to 3 times, I want your supervisor, I want your supervisor, I want your supervisor. At that point, you turned around, proceeded to start walking away, got on police channel, and requested for a supervisor. Because you never even
Yes.
made it to the victim.
Yes, because I couldn't, because you tased me.
I know, but you just said you got to the victim. You ran up to
Yeah,
the
no,
victim.
I said I was prioritizing the victim compared to you because it's more important to save the victim, and you can arrest me after for whatever crimes I committed.
I understand, but also from a realistic standpoint, a fire crew, they all have medical training, especially in California. All the
Okay,
firefighters, it's a
cool.
cross department. They're firefighters
Okay.
and medics. So
Okay.
you didn't
Are
need
we
to be
finished,
the only
UrFriend?
one. You need to stop just being. I'm trying to talk to you. I've been
See,
respectful,
he's
but you
trying
can't be
to
respectful back.
You haven't
explain
been
you
respectful.
why he was arresting you and stuff like that, and what can you do. And next thing you say is, are we done? Guess what, Izugi? No, we are not done until both the parties are happy.
This seems
I'm
like the
completely
wrong. I'm
happy.
sorry to say, but this seems like the wrong server for you. I'm sorry.
Okay, you can say whatever comments you like once again.
Because I've been in this server for quite some time, and I've interacted with fire department on multiple levels, including
Okay.
something
I
similar
don't
to
want a
this,
backstory. Can
and
we
it has
continue on the
never been
situation?
continued. It's
Listen,
never gone on like
Izugi,
this.
if you don't want to hear, well, you called me here. Scott wasn't the
But I don't
one who
have.
called me.
So do I have to listen to
And
everyone in game? Is that my? Do I have to?
no, you don't.
I
But
have to
at
listen to
least
admins, right?
listen. You have to listen to admin call and admin scene, and this is admin area right now. This is.
Yes, but that means I have to listen to you and not however long Scott has been on the
Well,
situation, how his past
he
experiences.
is telling his. Yeah, I understand.
But
We
I
can
really
talk
don't need to
about
hear
that
that
later.
because he can do whatever he likes. I've got
Yes.
11 days. I've got 230 hours of game time on the server, and I understand how the police work. I understand the interaction between different people. Is there anything you want to say, your friend?
Okay. So he already said sorry for his tasing, so you can leave.
Okay, cool.
Are you good?
Your friend, I'm getting to a point where it's just kind of getting ridiculous on this server. I mean, they act like this, and I mean, you've interacted with me enough. You know, I'm not really ever going to do something stupid like this, but they're carrying it on. They're taking everything out of context, and they go off with just like a slap on the wrist. I feel like for all that disrespect that was just shown to me and you from both of them, they need to have some type of warning or something, because this is going to
Why
keep
didn't
happening.
you say it before when I asked you? When I was asking, why didn't you say it before?
Because they obviously didn't want to hear it.
Okay, then we're gonna call them again. Stay here.
Okay, I feel like I just need to have a warning on them for the disrespect. For
Okay. Where's ID4? I need 10 and ID4
Assalamu
again.
alaikum.
Yeah. What do you want?
mate.
Because the case is not closed. Again, he's opening it now. Yes,
Opening a
so
new
I'm
case.
gonna
Oh,
take
dear.
ID4 and you too, Isaac. He's
What?
opening the case again, so you
Oh,
and
you
ID.
are taking the absolute
Yeah.
piss.
I'd be furious, bro. It's been a fucking hour.
It's be okay.
And then just calm
What
down,
did? Sorry, what did we
complain
do
and
wrong?
everything, and then we're back here.
Okay. Can you say that again, mate?
Who?
ID4. Can you say that again?
Yeah, I'm here.
No,
Nah,
say it
nah,
again.
he was
said that
just
you-
like a bit
Say it
angry.
again. Oh my god!
Because-
I said, you're taking the absolute piss. He's asking the call again.
That means joke. Are you taking the absolute joke, by the way, in the UK slang?
I said, are you taking the absolute piss? He's opening the call again.
Yes, this call is opening again,
Hello,
and I'm
didn't
gonna
tell.
take you both again. So yes,
Okay, let's
it's
go
gonna
back.
happen again. Let me see.
Just got off it, and I agreed with everything
Your
he
friend,
said.
can I add my
but-
input? Can I add my input?
I
Because
actually
we
like
just
them
had
boots. They're
we
cool.
just had a sheriff
Where did you get
come
the
up
boots?
to us.
Well, to
Calvin
be honest,
Klein, mate.
I'll
Your
take
buddy
your
sheriff.
admin call after this if you want. I'm sorry, but I'm already in admin
we had a
call.
sheriff come up to us and say how bad of an officer. No. This is relating to the other one. This is relating to these guys. This is relating to this guy. These guys.
Okay,
Because-
was it the same officer?
yes.
No, another officer came up to us saying how bad of a police officer that Scott is. No. It was a different deputy saying that he's had bad
Listen,
experiences
if
with Scott
anyone
as well.
have any
So-
problem, they can report him. Okay.
I mean, what's the point?
I
Because
mean-
it's been an hour and it's still not solved.
I
So, like,
understand,
what's
but the
point?
case is not solved still. So
Well, I
yes,
They're
mean,
both
Miss
willing to
Edmund,
move on.
To be
They're
honest,
both
if
willing
I think
to move on.
the
Well,
whole
What's the
fire
problem?
crew
I
have problem
think
with him.
the thing is, these people were not letting me
your
talk.
friend.
If you guys
should-
want to watch, go ahead and watch the video. You can see it for yourself.
We have been, and it's
Probably.
just been the same exact thing for
Yeah.
50 over an
But
hour.
I'm
bro.
sorry, I
Like,
have to take this call. It's an admin call. I can't
I
just
know,
Yeah,
but
we
ignore
don't
uh,
even
him.
blame you. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine, but like it's just been going on for an hour. They could have just went on their own way.
What
We
what
could've-
Yeah.
would you like to speak to us
Yeah.
about?
I'm sorry, but they shouldn't have done what they did then. They shouldn't have left.
I mean,
They're
You
fine
don't
to
know
leave, man.
without
Can you?
even being like rude or something, but we have a duty to rescue, and this duty to rescue is an international law,
Duty
which
to
we need
rescue
to rescue.
doesn't
Yeah, that's
mean
it.
that doesn't mean that when a cop
Well,
says
that
you to
does
stop,
mean if we're
you
getting
can't
pulled
just
over
leave.
and we gave our identification and shit, then we can
Fail,
actually respond to our scene before we getting charged with some other things.
fail to
I'm
identify
speaking now
us.
as the officer in charge from the fire department, like from this
If
crew
you
over there.
guys wanna come in the admin scene and speak, sure. I
Yeah,
have no
let's
problem.
let's
No,
all
we don't
go
want
over
to.
and
We just
speak
no,
to
no.
Scotty,
Dizzy
old
and
lad.
Dizzy and Lodgers, just leave it. It's fine. We just
Alright,
we're just
alright,
gonna listen
okay.
and then no.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go over and
I'm
speak to
gonna
Scotty.
Okay, I'm gonna summon you guys there, so stay here. Stop. Is Scott with you guys? Where's Scott?
Yeah,
Never
we
mind.
just got off a call.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Okay, Scott is actually saying, do you want to say it again, Scott, or you want me to say it?
You can if you want.
Go ahead. I'll tell you one more thing right now. If anyone speaks over each other, they're gonna get a warning. So please make sure that you don't do that now. Go ahead and talk, Scott.
Okay. I feel for that entire situation that we just had at the station with the blatant disrespect towards me and towards your friend here, and then the constant walking away and threats of I'm just going to leave or whatever, I feel like you both should have warnings put on your record.
Do you guys have something to say about that?
Is there anything else you want to say, or are you just warning us for that? Because we were also
I'm not.
disrespected.
No. I'm not warning. He's actually pressing charges for that. Now I'm actually asking you now. So go ahead.
What do you mean pressing charges out? What do you mean, like making a
As in,
ticket or
he's
what?
saying, yeah, he made an admin call for that, not like made a ticket. He actually
Well,
told me
I would
he
also
was unhappy with the scene, what happened. Like, for example, when I was talking, you guys were like, oh, okay. I think his game crashed. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for him. Yeah, go ahead and say.
I feel like both sides.
I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna go ahead and give you warning until you guys were not listening. I'll tell you that you guys were not listening. And when I'm talking or Scott is talking, you guys were like talking over us and trying to like, can we leave now? Can we leave? Like, do we have to listen to this and that? Guess what? When an admin scene happens, an admin area, this is admin area. That means you have to listen to everything. Like, even if it's my past experience. If I'm blabbing about it, well, guess what? You're gonna listen because it's an admin area now and it's an admin scene now.
Can I? Do you mind if I speak?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
We didn't mean to interrupt you. We apologize for that at the end. The reason we decided to walk away from when he spoke, we did not want to walk away from you when you spoke, and we asked, can we speak when we're separate parties, because obviously it wasn't going on. That's why we asked you, can we speak separately? But obviously it kept coming together as a group. So that's why we walked away and said, we'll speak to you, your friend, but we'd prefer to speak as separate parties, which I think it's our right, I guess. But we were listening to you the whole time. We understood what you said. We understood what we did wrong. And I also apologize for and I said I completely understood why he got tased and what went wrong there and what crime he committed. We understood that. But I think both parties said disrespectful things, especially with the thing about us not being from the US and stuff. So I think both parties said stuff like that.
The thing is, you guys also said something. I mean, I'm not gonna say you, to be honest, because the other party also said, I'm gonna use other party. Also said some stuff, so not only him, but also other party was in the wrong for saying stuff to each other, you know, for that.
Well, honestly, right?
No, I think we both parties said stuff wrong, and we apologize for anything that we said. I hope it's not offensive. We did not mean to offend you. Sorry, your friend, that we interrupted you, as we apologized earlier. The reason we walked away is because we just wanted to listen to you and hear your full side, because whatever you say is final. So we just wanted to listen to you and not get interrupted by anything else, and that's why we were walking away waiting for you. We weren't trying to escape. But yeah, that's it.
Can I say something?
Can I?
I'm sorry, when he actually was leaving, I thought he gonna leave the scene. That means admin area.
Oh, no.
So that's why I said, if you leave the scene, will talk to you in ban appeal. That's why I said that. I didn't mean to, like, I don't do that. But if someone leaves, like, okay, I don't want to talk. Well, if he leaves the area, totally, admin area, that is staff evading. And that means we have to talk in ban appeal because the other person is not ready to talk. Also, let me inform you other things. For example, if you think I'm not fair with any one of you guys, you can also call for the admin for this thing. Or if you guys can say, hey, I think we need some other admin to deal with this situation because, yeah, whatever it is, you know. That is one thing. I'll tell you what, when Scott was giving, or when I was saying, you guys were like, okay, so can we go now? Like, that was the statement you guys made. Same with ID, 91 now and ID 10 both. Like, Scott never said, hey, can I leave now? Like, now that you gave me lecture about not tasing people for no reason, like excessive tasing, fine, he understood that. But he never said, hey, can I leave now? Because I understood that part.
So
that is also a different thing.
If I may give an explanation for why we're saying we want to leave, because in our time zone it's 1:30 in the morning and we have occupations to go to in the morning. We have jobs in the morning. So the reason he was asking is like, can we get it over and done with? Is there anything else we want to say? The reason we're persisting with that is because we've been here for an hour and We've been here since 12. So we've been here for 1 hour and 14 minutes talking about the
Yes.
situation, and that's the reason we asked if he was finished and if we can leave now. It's because we have things to do in the morning, and it's 1:30 in the morning.
That is correct.
So it's nothing to do with like that stuff. That's why he said it's. That's why, you know, when you came over and he said, "Oh, it's 12. It's 12:30 in the morning, girlfriend. We don't really want anything. We'll listen to it." You know when he said to you about it being 12:30 in the morning. I don't
Yeah,
even
I
remember.
know. I know.
It will be on your stream, but literally the reason we keep
No.
asking to leave is because we want to go do other things rather than being here for an hour and 14 minutes.
And I meant no, I don't need to watch my video myself because I know he said that. But the thing is, I do understand. So, but other than that, you guys were saying we want RP, and then you guys went back to your friends. Go ahead and RPing. So you guys still have time. And if you guys don't have